So friends, welcome back to our chapter Alternating Current. So as I said earlier that this chapter is very important to us. Weightage, Marx weightage is more than any other chapter. So obviously we are going to focus on what is important and what is not important. And meanwhile, how to write the theories. So in this chapter, we will discuss also the IMP theories when we go through the chapter, and you have to note down that. Okay, and the theory part, how to write the theory part, I will tell you here, but you may choose the older syllabus PDF for the perfection of writing. Okay, they have provided kind of regular writing, so you can easily remember that. But that is for later. I will tell you, I will provide you PDF. So our first part is 7.2, the AC voltage applied to a resistor. So here in this theory, one thing is we should make clear that the symbol for an AC source in the circuit is like this. Okay, you know the symbol for the DC battery, you probably did not like this. Okay, and if the battery is variable, means if you can change the voltage, then this will be the variable battery. But for the AC source, you draw a circle like this and a sine wave indication. This will make an AC source indication, and thereafter sign for the AC source. Okay, so understand here, AC voltage applied to a resistor. What happen if we apply AC voltage to a resistor? So here is the figure. AC source, which is symbolized with the potential epsilon, and resistor R is connected here. And it says here, let this potential difference here, the AC source voltage is given by V is equal to Vm sine omega t. So what does it mean? V is equal to Vm sine omega t. So in the previous chapter, we discussed that the AC generator that provides us AC voltage, then voltage and current that varies with the time with changing polarity. Okay, like this. So this will be our V is equal to Vm. So our voltage V is equal to Vm. Vm means what? The maximum voltage. In our case, this peak will be our maximum voltage. Say it is 50 volt, then our voltage will be maximum 50 volt. This is called the Vm, and our graph that obeys sine wave. So sine theta, but theta can be converted in omega t, as I told you in the previous chapter. Theta can be written as omega t. Okay, again I remind, omega angular velocity or angular frequency. Angular velocity, if you take angular velocity, then theta by t. Okay, displacement by time. So that makes theta is equal to omega t. So sine theta will be replaced by sine omega t. Okay, this will give us information or perception of time when the graph goes. So it is the maximum value is 50 volt, and in the below part, as is changes its polarity, it can be goes up to minus 50 volt. So what is the maximum value? You will simply, it is 50 volt. Okay, and sine because it follows the sine wave. There will be cos omega t sometimes. When it is cos omega t, then your graph will be simple like this. Your cos function would be there. Okay, so for such graph it will be Vm cos omega t, and for our graph it is V is equal to Vm sin omega. So our voltage V means our instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous means at 1 second, at 2 second, at 3 second, the voltage can vary. At 1 second, suppose it is 50, it is 49. At 2 second, it is 50 maximum. At 3 second, it reach to 46. Then at 4 second, it may be 0. Okay, then again another time interval, it changes its instantaneous values, that is called v. Okay, you can write function of time v at any time t. Okay, v as function of time t is equal to vm sin omega t. Okay, so you can write as a function of time. So this is our voltage. So what is v here? You will say instantaneous value of voltage at any instance. Vm means the maximum value in the our consideration. Sin omega t, there's the function. So when such voltage is applied to, say, a resistor, what happens then? Okay, so let's understand here. Here I make you a simple circuit to understand how it look like. So this will be our AC voltage source. Can you imagine? So you see the sign. So this implies for the AC voltage source. It says 40 hertz. That means what? It says 40 hertz source. That means this frequency, the wave in 1 second, that is called our frequency. So it is 40 hertz. As the frequency is 40 hertz, that means the voltage will be change its polarity. Means this is one wave. Okay, again this is second wave, again this is third wave. This will happen 40 times in 1 second. That is called frequency 40 hertz. So the frequency we choose is 40 hertz. We can change it. Frequency, let's say it is 10 hertz. Okay, and the voltage, the maximum voltage is 5 volt. Okay, you can see that the maximum voltage I have choose 5 volt. So that is okay. Now let connect a resistor with the wire. So I have wire here and the resistor. Okay, so wire here. Okay, so you can see, now you can see the current is flowing in the circuit, but you will realize that current will change its direction. Now the current is changing direction. Okay, then it is until it changes to its maximum value, then returns to its minimum value, then again changes its value. So this is called AC voltage source. Okay, you see here. So as you realize is, okay, let me increase some speed, so this will save our time. So this is how current behaves in the AC circuit when resistor is connected. Now let's see what is the voltage and current in the resistor. I put in the scope. So this is how sine wave look like. You see. So this is graph for the voltage and the current. So the green graph stands for the voltage and the yellow graph stands for the current. So as voltage increases, current increases. Okay, see here. In our simulation, you see the voltage and the current in the graph. Let me decrease the speed. So here in our graph, when this green graph, see here, the green graph, that is for voltage. As voltage increases, the current also increases. Okay, the yellow graph. They both change simultaneously, and both change with with respect to each other's time relation. I want to say here that when voltage increases, current also increases. When here, look at this point, when voltage becomes maximum, current also become maximum. Now when voltage becomes zero, and currents also become zero. So this is what happens when we connect a resistor. Okay, and you can see the voltage can changes with respect to time. You see here the maximum voltage here is 5 4.995. Okay, as we decreases voltage decreases 4.038 3.8 3.5 3.2 until here it becomes 0. Then again the negative polarity. So this is how current behaves in AC circuit. Now let me show you what happened, what would have happened if we have a DC circuit, simple DC circuit. If we had a DC circuit here with same resistor of 1 kilo ohm, then you imagine the voltage and the current. This will not change the polarity. They will flow in same direction, like they emerge out from the positive terminal, flows through the resistor and enter again to the negative terminal in one direction. If we plot graph for this one, then it will be look like something this constant. See the constant graph you will see here. Okay, let me decrease voltage. Okay, and let me increase. Okay, okay, you see the constant graph for the voltage and current, and the varying graph for the alternating current. So this is how you understand what is AC is different from the DC. Now when we discuss entire theory and actually in entire chapter, you have to imagine this particular thing. When we say we apply AC volt, then this will be the symbol of AC with somewhat frequency given, and the current will oscillate like this. Okay, it will become maximum, then zero, then again become maximum in reverse polarity, then again zero. Okay, while it is different in the DC. In the DC, it is straight in one direction. Okay, it does not change the polarity. So the graph will be constant for the DC and sinusoidal for the AC. So in this chapter, they say V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Then now you understand V means the instantaneous value. This one, the value changing. You see here the value here is the probe. Okay, let me put here the probe. If I put the probe, then you will understand. Okay, there is no probe, but okay, so here is no probe. Otherwise, you will understand the value is changing with the time. So this is what I wanted you to know about the AC voltage. Now let's see to our theory. So you will write initially from this. Let the potential difference or the AC voltage is V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where Vm is the amplitude of the oscillating potential difference and omega is angular frequency, or you write the Vm is the maximum voltage and omega is the angular frequency. So this is the circuit. To find the value of current through the resistor, we apply Kirchhoff's law. Okay, so this is very simple. Actually, we can write theory like this here. Okay, so when AC source, AC voltage V is equal to Vm sine omega t, sine omega t. This voltage is applied to resistor. According to Ohm's law, we can write V is equal to IR. Okay, IR. So here is little difference in this chapter. In this chapter, remember this one. In this chapter, we will indicate current as small I. Until this chapter, we always indicated the current as I, but that was for the DC current. Okay, so we are going to make some different for the AC current, and since it is AC, we will always indicate small I, and for the voltage small v. Okay, small v for the AC voltage and small I for the AC current. So V is equal to IR. Now put value here. So you will get IR is equal to Vm sine omega t. Sine omega t. Okay. Now for the current I, if I goes in the subject, then I is equal to Vm, R goes in division by R sine omega t. Okay. Now you know that Vm was maximum voltage. So here this part Vm by R, that must indicate maximum current. As you know that always V by R means always current. Okay, but Vm by R means maximum current. Again I say V by R means current. Okay, but Vm by R means maximum voltage by resistance, then it is maximum current. So this part says it is maximum current. So it is Im sine omega t, sine omega t. Okay, so this is the expression for the current, and this is the expression for the voltage. So what is different and what is similar in this both equation? Now look at these two equations. This both equation represent same thing. Alternating voltage V means maximum voltage into sine function. Here alternating current means maximum current into sine function. So they both follow sine function. That means when voltage becomes maximum, current also becomes maximum. When voltage becomes zero, current also becomes zero. When voltage changes polarity, current also changes polarity. That means if we draw graph for the voltage like this one, exactly sine voltage, then the graph will be the graph for the current will be the same. As initially voltage is zero, then current will be zero. As voltage increases, current increases. Voltage become maximum here, then current also becomes maximum here. Voltage becomes zero, then currents become zero. When voltage changes polarity, current also changes polarity until it's become maximum. Here they are both are maximum. Now the voltage becomes zero, and so is current. Okay. Again voltage changes polarity. So the graph for the voltage and current will be the same. This is what indicated here in our theory. So it says maximum voltage Vm. When it is maximum voltage Vm, the current is also maximum. Here as voltage goes to zero, current goes zero. Voltage changes polarity, and so does current. Okay, so you understand the current and voltage are in a same nature. This is called the phase difference is zero. There is no phase, there is no dissimilarity. Voltage and currents have same nature. Current follows voltage, voltage follows current. Okay, they also indicated here pi. You know pi, here is 2 pi. So this is the value for the theta, because for the sine nature, you know, sine becomes sine becomes 0 at the pi, again 0 at the 2 pi, again 0 at the 3 pi, again 0 at the 4 pi. Okay, so this is what they have written. They have written the value of theta. Okay, if you don't want to write theta, then it is simply omega t. I told you earlier. So this is the graph for v versus omega t, and also I versus omega t. So this is what we have learned here in this. Let me remove this part. Okay, so for this AC circuit, you see the both voltage and current have same nature. When voltage become maximum, current become maximum. This is what happened in case of register. Okay, so let me take you to the next step. Okay, so our graph for the voltage was like this. Okay, now this is important. Okay, understand this. So up to 2 pi, this will be our graph for the voltage. So you see the voltage keeps changing with the time. Okay, and it increases to its maximum value and then decreases up to 0. Then voltage changes its polarity and increases to maximum value and then decreases to 0. So voltage changes its value at different time spots. At 1 second it has 1 volt. Let's say at 1 second it has 1 volt, at 2 second it is 2 volt, at 3 second it increases. So what I want to tell you here, at different time interval it changes its instantaneous values. So the obvious question is, what is the average value of the voltage up to 2 pi? Simply I want to tell you that what is the average value of the voltage? The answer is 0. Why? Because here voltage varies positively with the time, with the entire time span, and then again it changes its same value in negative direction. Okay, so the average value is 0. Let me explain you. Here voltage is 1 volt, here voltage is 2 volt, then it goes maximum 3 volt, then again 2 volt, again changes up to 1 volt and then 0. Same thing happen in negative. It reaches to minus 1 volt, then minus 2 volt, then maximum minus 3 volt. Okay, then again to minus 2 volt. Okay, and then again to minus 1 volt, then 0. So what is the average of this all value? You will find it is 0, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1. If you sum up all these value, then the average voltage will be 0. So average voltage can be indicated by V bar. So average value is 0. Okay, so what about the current? If voltage is the voltage, the average value of the average value of the voltage is 0, then also the average value of the current is 0. Okay, this requires some mathematical steps here in the later part, this one. Okay, and this is too early to start. If I explain you here, then it will be very guppy to understand. So in the next video I will start from the beginning, how to calculate the average value, how to calculate the RMS value, and what is all this about in case of AC. Okay, this requires some trigonometric identities, some equation. So probably math student will get this, but for the biology student it will be hard to understand. So in next video we will start right from the average quantities, how to calculate the average quantity. So we stop until this equation, I is equal to Im sin omega t, and we understood that when resistor is connected to the AC source, voltage and current varies accordingly to each other, means they have phase difference 0. So this is up to this one. Now we will continue in the next day. So uh, I am trying to be slow and to be more illustrative, because if you don't imagine or if you don't get how AC works, how AC voltage works, AC current works, then it will be little hard to understand for the average student. So we will be more practical, more descriptive, illustrative, and imagination will help you. Okay, so we will see in the next video.